Students, welcome to our biology class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the another phylum, that is phylum Echinodermata. So, first of all, we discuss the general characters. Later, we also discuss the unique character of this phylum. So, Echinodermata ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಕಂಟಕ ಚರ್ಮಿಗಳು ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಇವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಕ ಚರ್ಮಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. So, echino means spiny, derma means skin. Means these are commonly called spiny skinned animals. ಅಂದರೆ ಮುಳ್ಳುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುವಂಥ ಚರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುವಂಥ ಜೀವಿಗಳು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಕಂಟಕ ಚರ್ಮಿಗಳು ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಸ್ಪೈನಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ಡ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. They are commonly called spiny skin. Spiny skinned or skinned animals. So these are exclusively marine water forms. Means so organisms belonging to this group are found only in sea water. So already we have come across exclusively marine water form one group, that is the phylum Ctenophora organisms, where all organisms are Ctenophora were also exclusively marine water forms. Here also we see the all organisms are living in sea water, and that too in benthic level or benthic forms. These are benthic forms, or they are found in the sea bed. They are exclusively marine water forms, or we may also call the benthic animals. Benthic animals. Benthic animals. They are also called the benthic animals. Means they are survive on the sea bed. ಅಂದರೆ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಆಳದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ನೆಲದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾವ, ಚಲಿಸ್ತಿರ್ತಾವ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಬೆಂಥಿಕ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ಲಿ ಮರೈನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ Ctenophora. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಜೀವಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಬರೀ ಸಮುದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾವ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇವುಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವೇಂತೀವಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ಲಿ marine water forms ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. In the next character, so the organism's body is unsegmented. These are unsegmented animals. The body has not showing any segmentation. ಇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದಾಗಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದಾಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಡು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಇವುಗಳ ದೇಹ ನಾನಾ ಆಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತದೆ. The shape of the body may be different. The organism may have different shapes. So they may be seen in the star shape. They may have star shaped body. Their body may be star shaped. Second shape is they may be cylindrical shape or melon shape. They may appear in melon shape or disc-like shape. They may appear disc-like or they may appear flower-like also. So these are the shapes of their body. Some may be star-shaped, cylindrical shape, melon shape or disc-shaped or flower-like body. The organism's body has dorsiventrally flattened line. Means they have two surface, the upper surface and lower surface, or dorsal surface or ventral surface. So on the dorsal surface, anus is there, hence that surface is also called the aboral surface. On the ventral surface, there is a opening that we call the mouth, and that surface either you may call the ventral surface or oral surface because mouth is located on that side. Next, so we'll discuss some of the common points or basic points of this group. So the basic character of these organisms are, so as we already studied in many organisms or group of organisms, so like this, these are also triploblastic animals. Triploblastic animals means the organism body has developed from 3 germ layers like ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. So next, the common character of this phylum is these are having organ system level of body organization. They have organ system level of body organization, means there are many well developed organ systems are there in these organisms body. So next is very important, a peculiar character of this group is the adult echinodermids are radially symmetrical, whereas their larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. Because the organisms which we studied so far, either they may be asymmetrical or bilaterally symmetrical or radial symmetrical. But in this group, we see the two forms. When the organisms are in young stage or larval stage, they are bilaterally symmetrical. But as they grown up, they are become adult, they form a or they may appear in the radial symmetrical form. Means larva or larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. Larvae are bilaterally symmetrical, but adults are radially symmetrical. Adults are radially symmetrical. That too specifically they are pentamerous. Means they have 5 radiating arms. So adults are radially symmetrical and larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. So this is another specific character of this group. So next, these are eucoelomates or true coelom. Eucoelomates means they have a true body cavity which is lined by mesoderm. Especially these are enterocoelomates. These are enterocoelomates. The enterocoelomates. In eucoelom also there are 2 types, schizocoelomates and enterocoelomates. Echinodermids and chordates are enterocoelomates. Hence, we are used to say that echinodermids are more closer to the chordates. So next, general characters of this group are, so the digestive system. ಜೀರ್ಣಾಂಗ ಯುವ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಜೀರ್ಣಾಂಗ ಯುವ ಇವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡುಬರ್ತದೆ. They have complete digestive system. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕಂತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯಾವ ಜೀವಿಗಳ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವುಗಳ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಕೆನಾಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ 2 ಎಂಡ್ಗಳು 2 ತುದಿಗಳಿದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಎಂಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಯಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಂಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಗುದದ್ವಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೌತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎನಸ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಅಂತ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ 2 ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ಗಳು ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾವ, ಮೌತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎನಸ್. ಮೌತ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ on ventral surface, whereas anus is present on dorsal surface. So this is the organism starfish. The surface we use observing, this is the dorsal surface. Here we see the anus. On the lower surface, this is the dorsal surface on which there is an opening that we call the anus, through which the unwanted waste material or digestive waste is removed. On the lower surface or ventral surface, the mouth is situated, and this surface we also call the oral surface. Clear? So we may move to the next character, that is respiration. So respiration, excretion, locomotion. So these functions are performed by a special structures called the tube feet. So what are tube feet, where they are present, we will discuss them later. So there is no special structures for respiration. Exchange of gases takes place through these tube feet only. Excretion means the removal of waste material is also through the tube feet only, and to some extent dermal papillae also perform excretion process, but no specific sex or excretory organs are present in these organisms. Locomotion is also by the help of tube feet, and we'll discuss the structure of tube feet and where they are present later. Now, circulatory system. Circulatory system. Circulatory system is open type. Open type circulatory system ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಕ್ತನಾಳಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹರಿಯದೆ ಓಪನ್ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಕ್ತ ಸರಬರಾಜು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸೈನಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಗೆ ಓಪನ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಈ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನ ಗಮನಿಸಬಹುದು. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಜೀವಿಗಳ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೋ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ನೋ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್, and also no pumping organs like heart. No pumping organs, heart. When heart is also absent. So no respiratory pigment and no pumping organ, that is heart, is also absent. So next we'll discuss about the next character of this group, that is reproduction. Reproduction in echinoderm. So here sexes are separate. In this group we see the organisms unisexual. Unisexual organisms are there. Sexes are separate. But no sexual dimorphism is seen here. No sexual dimorphism is here. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕ್ಸುವಲ್ ಡೈಮಾರ್ಫಿಸಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜೀವಿಯ ಹೊರ ರಚನೆಯಿಂದ, ಹೊರ ಆಕಾರದಿಂದ ಅದು ಹೆಣ್ಣೋ ಗಂಡೋ ಅಂತ ಗುರುತಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತಾರ ಸೆಕ್ಸುವಲ್ ಡೈಮಾರ್ಫಿಸಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮತ್ತು ಗಂಡು ಹೊರ ಭಾಗದಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ ಹೊರ ಒಂದು ನೋಟದಿಂದ ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಾವೆ. ನಾವು ಹೊರ ರಚನೆಯಿಂದ ಇದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಗಂಡು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗುರುತಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಸುವಲ್. ಅದು ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಗಂಡಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಹೆಣ್ಣೆ ಇದು ಗಂಡೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವುಗಳ ಹೊರ ಆಕಾರದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಗುರುತಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ನೋ ಸೆಕ್ಸುವಲ್ ಡೈಮಾರ್ಫಿಸಮ್. ಹೊರ ದೇಹದ ಭಾಗಗಳ ರಚನೆ ಅಥವಾ ಆಕಾರಗಳಿಂದ ಇದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಅಂತ ಗಂಡು ಅಂತ ಗುರುತಿಸೋದು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ, ಸೆಕ್ಸುವಲ್ ಡೈಮಾರ್ಫಿಸಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಿದ್ವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್. Fertilization is external. Fertilization external. Development is indirect. Development is indirect. Indirect because there are many larval stages. So in this group we see many larvae. But most common larva is Biphenalia. Larva. Most common is Biphenalia. It's a larva of starfish. It's a larva of starfish. So this is about the reproduction. So we have studied all the general, the characters. But this group has certain unique characters, unique features which are present only in this group, not in any other group. Let us see those unique character of this group. Unique or special character. The first very unique character or very important character of this group is presence of water vascular system. Or it may also call it ambulacral system. It's a very important character of this group because it's seen only in this group. It's a distinctive character of Echinodermata. So what is water vascular system and what are its the functions? Let us see. So these are pentamerous organisms. So these are the 5 radiating arms. These are the 5 radiating arms of the organism. This is a diagram of starfish. See here, there is a center, there is a canal or ring canal. This is called the ring canal. So which is connected a tube-like structure which opens outside. This is called the madreporite, through which water enters from outside to the inside and it circulates in the ring canal structure. And this stalk-like structure is called the stone canal. And this ring-like structure is called the ring canal. And these are called the radiator or radiating canals. These radiating canals are also having some lateral canals. You see the lateral canals. These are called the lateral canals. So these lateral canals are attached with one balloon-like structure. On both the sides. These balloon-like structures are called the tube feeds. So these are called the tube feeds. And these tube feeds are only those structures which are going to be useful for locomotion, respiration and excretion. So the movement within the tube feeds takes place by the hydrolytic pressure exerting within this canal by the entry of water. So here we also see the around this mouth there is even one ring-like structure that we call the nerve ring. Two nerve rings are there. One is dorsal surface and the ring is on the ventral surface. So this is the nerve ring and which produce the radiating nerve behind this one. 5 radial nerve cords are there. So this is the nervous system of this organism which I have forgotten. Before this I should tell it, but I have forgotten this one. So this is about the nerve ring. So nerve ring with 5 radiating nerve cords. So there are 2 nerve rings, one on the dorsal surface, one on the ventral surface. So this is about the tube feed and this is the madreporoid which allow the water to enter inside. This is very important structure. It's only in the echinoderm. So apart from this, so we have to talk about the endoskeleton of this organism. The endoskeleton of this organism is made by a plate-like structure, calcareous plate-like structure. Endoskeleton, which is made by calcareous plates, and these calcareous plates are called the ossicles. These are called the ossicles. These calcareous plates are called the ossicles and they are derived from the mesoderm. This endoskeleton is derived from the mesoderm, means it's a mesoderm origin. Same as in case of chordates. In chordates also the endoskeleton has derived. Endoskeleton mesoderm layer indane formation agirutte. Chordates ralli kuda illu kuda. And these ossicles are arranged somewhat like this inside this radiating nerve. They are arranged like this and connected with the muscles. One plate is connected with the muscles. And a small part of this ossicle is emerging out of the skin. Emerging out of the skin, and half of this structure is covered with the skin. And then these structures are called the spines. So the plate-like structure form the endoskeleton, and this outer emerged structure or spines are from the exoskeleton. So that's why we used to call that echinodermids have both endoskeleton and exoskeleton. Endoskeleton has made by ossicles, whereas exoskeleton has made by the spines. So this is another important character of this group. So next, so already the head region is not here. So these are some of the characters. Another thing is on the body surface there are some structures are there, flap-like structures are there. So these are also called the these are called the pedicellariae. Pedicellariae. These are the unique characters present along with the spines on the upper surface of the body, and they are called the pedicellariae. So their structure is somewhat like this. There are 2 forceps-like structure, and these are called the pedicellariae on the surface. Their importance or their function is to remove the debris falling on the body, because these are the benthic animals. So the higher animals, dead bodies, debris or food, fragments of food may fall on this body surface and they may be washed or removed by this flap-like structure. And another very important character of this group is autotomy. Autotomy means it is also called the power of regeneration. Power of regeneration. This is also another very important character of echinodermata. Suppose this one of the arm is cut off or removed. ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿ ಹೋಯಿತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ this organism develop this cut portion again. ಇದೊಂದು ಭಾಗ ಕಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಯಿತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಭಾಗನ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೈತಿ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಕಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸಲ ದ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ ಕಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಎರಡು ಭಾಗಗಳಾಗ್ತಾವ. ಒಂದು ಭಾಗ 4 ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್ಗಳಿರುವಂತ ಭಾಗ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಒಂದು ಭಾಗ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ another arm, but this cut portion is going to be degenerate. ಯಾವ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಕಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಇದು ಕೊಳತು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ ಹೊಸ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೈತಿ. ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೊಳತು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇ ಆರ್ಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ವಿತ್ ಎ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ನರ್ವ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ನರ್ವ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ಭಾಗ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ this cut portion with the nerve ring, this is the nerve ring. Cut portion with nerve ring also develops the whole body. ಇದು ಒಂದೇ ಇಡೀ ಬಾಡಿಯನ್ನ ರಚಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. So the whole structure is going to develop from this one arm. In the same manner, this body is also getting another arm. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಫಿಶ್ಗಳು ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಒಂದು ಈ ಆರ್ಮ್ ಕಟ್ ಆದಂತ ಆರ್ಮ್ ಇಡೀ ದೇಹನ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡಂತ ಈ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಕೂಡ ಕಳೆದು ಹೋದ ಆರ್ಮ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ರೇಡಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಇದರ ವಿಶೇಷ ಗುಣ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಆಟೋಟೋಮಿ. ಬಟ್ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು, ನರ್ವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅಂದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಕಟ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಹೊಸ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋದಂತ ಭಾಗ ಡಿಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೊಳತು. ಸೊ ಇವು ಎಕೈನೋಡರ್ಮೆಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬರುವಂತ ವಿಶೇಷ ಗುಣಗಳು. ಇನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ for this group, one is starfish. Already we have drawn the diagram of the organism. Starfish examples. Starfish, which is also called the Asterias. So there are many organisms are there. So the second one is Echinus or sea urchin. Echinus, which is also called the sea urchin. So the third one is the Antedon or sea lily. Antedon or sea lily. Fourth one is Cucumeria or sea cucumber or sea cucumber. So sea cucumber also express one special character, that is evisceration. This is one of the very important property expressed by the sea cucumber or Cucumeria. So evisceration means whenever it get irritated or it face any dangerous situation, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಜೀವಿ ಇನ್ನೇನು ತಿನ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದಾಗ ಆ ಜೀವಿಯಿಂದ ತಪ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ತನ್ನ ದೇಹದ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಭಾಗಗಳನ್ನ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕಿಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಇಟ್ ಎವರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವಿಸರಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಟು ದಿ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಜೀವಿಯಿಂದ ತಪ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತೈತಿ. ನಂತರ ಪುನಃ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಂತ ಭಾಗನ ಇದು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೈತಿ. ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಒಂದು ಫೆನಾಮಿನಿಗೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ evisceration ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. This is also a very special character of the only organ sea cucumber. So next example is Ophiura or brittle star. Ophiura, or which is also called the brittle star. Brittle star is the one which has incomplete digestive system. Remaining all other organisms have a complete digestive system, but this is the only organism which has the incomplete digestive system. So here I am going to conclude or finish the Echinodermata. So in the invertebrates we have left only one phylum, that is Hemichordata. We will discuss in the next class. Thank you.